What's up everybody, it's KelseeBrianaJai here with a review on the, let's see, what is this foundation? Tom Ford Traceless Foundation. So quick little story, this was not the foundation I was supposed to get. I actually asked for the Tom Ford Stick Foundation, which I thought is what I hauled in my video. A ton of you guys said you wanted to see a review on it. So I am going to go pick that one up tomorrow, but since I have this one, I decided to just still go ahead and film it. I was literally sitting here ready to film, ready to go, so I was like, why not? Hey, it's an opportunity, so why not? So this foundation, I don't know anything about it. I have no prior briefings on it. I've never had really an interest in it. So I'm just going to go to the Nordstrom website and then look up the different key facts about it so I can tell you guys a little bit more about it on my channel. I do have it on right now, and without looking up anything about it, I can tell you that it is extremely luminous and dewy. And if you don't like that, then this is probably not the foundation for you. As well as this foundation is very liquidy, meaning when you squirt it out, it's literally just going to run. It doesn't have any type of thickness to it, so it's very watery in texture, as well as it being very lightweight in coverage. So if you want a full coverage foundation, I already know this is not a full coverage foundation. So let me go ahead and tell you some specifics from the Nordstrom website. I'm not gonna lie y'all, like, getting home and having the wrong thing, or not, or even worse, not having your item that you purchased at the store is like one of my top 10 pet peeves. So from what I've seen, no matter what coverage you're getting, all Tom Ford foundations are priced at $82 a bottle. This foundation does have 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for foundations on the market. This is a high-end foundation, of course. Whenever you hear the name Tom Ford, just know that it's synonymous with I'm about to spend some racks up in the store when I go shopping there. I purchased this from Nordstrom. Inside of my Nordstrom, they have a Tom Ford counter, so I have the luxury to go and play around with Tom Ford cosmetics, which gets me in trouble sometimes. They also have this online at other high-end retailers as well. So if you don't live near Tom Ford, don't fret, because you can still get your hands on it if you're interested. So this one is the Traceless Foundation. Let's see, are all of them called the Traceless? Okay, so he has 3. One of them is called the Traceless Perfecting Foundation, which is the middle coverage to high-end, what's it called? Medium buildable coverage. And then he has the Traceless Foundation Stick, which is the fullest coverage. And this one is the Traceless Foundation, so I already know that this one is very lightweight to medium buildable. You probably are not going to ever get a full coverage foundation application with this foundation. See the details about this from Nordstrom.com. A unique 3-in-1 foundation that delivers a balanced complexion that glows with vitality and radiance. It is super glowy. When I asked my boyfriend how does my face look before I set it with powder and everything, he was like, you look really wet. It's like, thank you so much. So then it says it's extremely lightweight and luminous. It includes the skin nourishing Tom Ford infusing complex to help protect skin and promote vibrancy. Micronized pigments deliver seamless and undetectable coverage that's easy to build up or shear down, while SPF 15 protects skin from sun damage. The Tom Ford Infusing Complex infuses skin with a potent combination of specially selected nutrients that help skin stimulate its natural repair mechanisms. By helping skin cells replenish their natural energy, it fundamentally rejuvenates the complexion so it looks and feels brighter and fresher. Antioxidants help protect the skin, creating a vital looking face. This is for you guys who don't really like a lot of makeup. You're okay with just super sheer foundation. To me, MAC Face and Body Foundation is very comparable to this foundation. It is almost the same consistency. To me, it has the same amount of coverage. The only difference is the price point, and to me, I feel like the Face and Body performs a little bit better than this one, although I have not had this on a full day, so I'm not going to fully judge it yet. It's based on my experience with makeup, based on trying products almost every day, based on my experience as being a makeup artist and just working with different products. To me, I feel as if this product is not worth $82, but I will give it a full test. I'm not going to judge it prematurely, but for me right now, I personally feel like you can get MAC Face and Body and it will give you the same results. So my face right now looks very shiny, very luminous. For those of you guys who like that look, then this may be for you. But however, this foundation is super sheer, so you're not going to get a lot of pigment. For me, I personally like a foundation to have more coverage because I like to control how much coverage I get on my face. So if I want sheer foundation, then all you have to do is take a fuller coverage foundation and then mix it in maybe with the moisturizer. That shears it down for you, and then you also get to double the amount of product that you have. But for this, it's already sheer, so you can't shear down even more. So once it's gone, it's just gone. So you can always take away with the foundation, you know, you can control and manage how much pigment you're putting on your face, but when it's already sheer, you just have to continuously build, which is wasting the product. I don't feel like my skin looks smooth with this foundation on. It's emphasizing lines and texture that I don't necessarily see on a daily basis. I feel like it's basically created that because it's settling in my lines. I just feel like right here in my forehead, I can see a bunch of like fine lines, little bumps that I don't normally see. I didn't even know I had that there, especially right in here. It looks very, very like just bumpy. So y'all are up close and personal, all in my business. But I don't know. I'm overall just not that blown away by it. I want to go ahead and give you guys an overview of the packaging. Of course, Tom Ford is going to come with the beautiful packaging. You know, that is going to always be done right with this line. So it has a frosted bottle, and it has the classic Tom Ford shiny brown top. It's trimmed in gold. It says Tom Ford, and then of course the top has TF. And then here's the box. So the standard Tom Ford brown and gold. Now I do want to cut to the clip where I do a demonstration on the foundation, and you guys can see what my skin looked like before I applied it, and then I'll tell you guys how it's applying and you guys can see for yourselves. So enjoy that. So I already applied my primer. I'm using the MAC Skin Refine Zone. I applied this like in my T-zone area and a little bit right here because I was feeling a bit oily there. So now I'm going to apply the foundation. Unused, first time taking it out of the box. I actually just took the wrapping paper off of it. So this is how it comes in the box, and then when you slide it out. In true Tom Ford... Really? This is not the right foundation. This is not the right foundation. I thought this was the stick foundation. This is the liquid foundation. Really, bro? This is not the right foundation. I guess I'll go ahead and review this one. So apparently I have the entirely wrong foundation. I will have to look it up, but I am going to go ahead and try it since it's here. So I'm going to go ahead and shake it because from my understanding this is a thinner consistency foundation. So it's almost like water. You can see it just sliding down my hand. So I have my damp beauty blender, and then I'm going to move my hair out of my face, and I am going to apply this with my beauty blender. I cannot believe I've had this wrong foundation this whole dang on time. This color matches my face, but it's a little bit too light for my neck. This foundation is super lightweight. I can see all of my flaws. Okay, so I'm like building it in certain areas, so I'm just going back. So far I've used probably like 4 pumps of foundation. It looks like a pretty like dewy foundation, so like if you wanted to mix this with like a fuller coverage foundation to give it more luminosity, that would be really pretty. But just by itself, it's super sheer. So like MAC Face and Body, just that very lightweight buildable coverage. But if you're a person that likes to cover up, you know, acne marks, discoloration, uneven tones in your skin, then it just kind of is not really doing a whole lot. This is just people who just really want to overall perfect their skin that already have really decent skin to begin with. Now I'm going to finish off the rest of my face. So let me give you guys an overview of what it looks like, just the foundation by itself. Okay, so I've had a little bit more time to think about how I feel about this foundation. So when I initially applied it, I felt as if it looks really greasy. So I waited about 30 seconds to a minute, you know, no, a little bit longer than that, probably 2 minutes I spent blending out the foundation. The foundation blended out very well. I did not have to do a whole lot of work in order to get the foundation to be evenly applied on my face, so that's a plus. The foundation is light coverage, but I feel like you can get a decent medium coverage to it. I feel like you definitely can blend it without it looking cakey, of course, because it is very, very lightweight. The finish of it is just too greasy for my personal preference. Now, I have combination skin, and then in the summertime, it gets a little bit oilier. So it never truly stop looking as shiny as it did when I first applied it. Like sometimes when you apply foundations, they look shiny, and then like maybe after 30 seconds or so it dries down a little bit. This one definitely didn't do that, and I don't know what ingredient they have in here to make it like that, but it doesn't have any claims of having any oils. Now, for it to be as like shiny and dewy and luminous as it is, it does not feel like that on my skin, because a lot of times when foundations say it's going to be super dewy, super luminous, and all that good stuff like that, I just kind of feel like I can just scratch my skin and take it off. It's definitely weightless, so I'm not feeling it on my skin whatsoever, so that is an advantage. So, like I said, I am going to wear it around for a bit, and I'll come back and let you guys know my final thoughts on it. But I've had this foundation on for about 3 hours, and it's not breaking apart. It definitely looks kind of like how it did when I first applied it, so it's really good. I don't feel any additional oil or grease on my face. However, I didn't keep it on all day, but I can go ahead and tell you that it's definitely not my favorite foundation. I forgot to put back on my lipstick. I don't feel like putting back on my lipstick. But anyways, it's definitely not my favorite foundation by a long shot. And I feel like I have extra texture emphasized on my face that I normally don't even see at all. And on top of that, I feel like the color's not right, but that's not really a factor into whether or not I like a foundation or not, because it's easy to go get color matched. This one is 08 Caramel, and this is the color that I was supposed to have in the stick. Now in the stick, I feel as if the 08 Caramel is a little bit darker, and this one definitely has more of a whitish cast to it. This foundation is, I definitely don't feel like it's worth the $82 price tag. It doesn't lay beautifully. When I had it on, I can see it just sitting on top of my skin. It is not very flawless at all. It just is really gritty almost for it to be a luminous foundation. It's almost like it just sits on top, never dries down, and I just kind of want to take it off. You guys know I love Tom Ford Cosmetics. Like, to me, like, they are like up here. Definitely one of my very favorite brands of makeup, but this foundation just does not score that high with me on the list. I probably am not going to be using it again. I am going to go and get the stick foundation and let you guys know what I think about that. Based on my swatches at the counter, it's right up my alley, but that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this foundation down below. I'm like down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and a comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. Smooches. Bye.